know that many people who play this mod are primarily interested in the political and economic aspects. As such, the military designing part can be intimidating, if not downright a deterrent from play. I hope to remove this problem with this video by providing you with a number of different templates which can allow you to win wars without getting bogged down into the details. These will help you in single player, but will probably not hold up in multiplayer. I do not claim to be an expert in division design or Hearts of Iron, but I know enough to help folks enjoy the game. Always remember, divisions and Hearts of Iron are tools. They are all made for specific things and should be used in that manner, rather than being a crude cudgel by which to beat your enemy with. Let's get started. As we all know, infantry is the bedrock of any fighting force, and it is no different in Millennium Dawn. The main appeals of these units are that they cost a lot less equipment to produce, which is important. Millennium Dawn has higher production costs than vanilla on equipment, as well as taking significantly more to even produce mills. So cheapness can be useful as long as it is balanced with strong units. In this section, I will give you a few different infantry division types which can be used for a variety of purposes. As you can see, this unit is very basic. A 10 width infantry unit with a support engineer providing both entrenchment and terrain modifiers. Entrenchment gives a % bonus to defense and allows your units to hold longer. This is a unit poor or developing nations should consider making. These will get destroyed by a proper division, but allow you to plug the line and hold for a little until better units can change the tide of battle. They also have relatively low equipment cost. This division is a little heavier hitting. It has the modifiers and stats to be able to push a lot of units that lack serious armor. Infantry divisions will be melted by this, but a tank unit will be like a brick wall. The engineers give it extensive terrain bonuses, allowing it to do well on basically every single tile. This is a good middle ground between an upper level infantry division and a simpler basic one. Poor nations can probably afford to build at least a few of these. Hold the line. That's the purpose of this division. With its extensive entrenchment bonuses, this division will be able to hold armor for a little before the piercing breaks them. These units have one main advantage, and that is how cheap they are. Only basic equipment is needed to make them, and they will allow you to hold even perhaps a superior enemy. This is an actual heavy hitter, though with that power comes increased equipment costs. These units will be able to hold armor. In addition, they will push almost any infantry division and some armored ones as well. The engineer bonuses give them the huge train bonuses as well. If you can't afford to build these, expect to do very well militarily. If you are seeking to build an army with little armor, these will be able to replace armor for their pushing power. Sometimes you just want to go fast. Speed is very useful in Hearts of Iron, and it's the same in Millennium Dawn, so here is a fast mechanized infantry template. I personally do not like to make mech in Millennium Dawn because it requires a couple different types of equipment in addition to the normal ones. However, the speed that comes with these units makes them a potent pushing unit which can quickly outflank and envelop the enemy. The AA in addition allows you to shoot down enemy cast missions. This is a simple special forces division which will allow you to push effectively on rough terrain like mountains and hills. The terrain modifiers, in addition to the Special Forces breakthrough, will allow you to break hard points with a few of these stacked up. Special Forces are no longer as extremely powerful as they were prior to the update, but still pack a serious punch. We are now going to get into the armor section of this tutorial. It is very important to note that small and or poor countries will struggle to be able to produce the necessary equipment for these divisions, so expect to only be able to make a couple unless you're a larger nation. That being said, their sheer power is such it is certainly worth saving for. Tanks, generally speaking, are not very good in Millennium Dawn. Add that to the fact they got a lot worse in vanilla after No Step Back. Arguably, this results in their use being frankly much less impactful than IFVs. IFVs are better than tanks for a very simple reason: terrain modifiers. Unless you're fighting on plains or desert, tanks will get huge debuffs to their stats. The one way to counteract this is by adding engineer divisions to the division. However, this will be a trade-off for more power since they take up combat width. In order to make a good division, one must balance power and width. IFV divisions can stack more stats without having to sacrifice width to get rid of terrain debuffs. Keeping that in mind, let's get into the divisions. If you really want to use tanks, here's a somewhat solid division for them. Whether it's for RP or another reason, you will be able to still push and have tons of power. However, if you find yourself up against one of the IFV templates I give you, it will almost certainly lose. This is simply put a game changer, at least in single player. A couple of these divisions will push most nations in the game, and even in multiplayer, I would imagine they would be quite potent. At a 44 width, they replace tanks as a powerful pushing division with plenty of armor and breakthrough. In addition, they have good terrain modifiers and AA, giving them the ability to push through even when up against a heavy defense. They also have some recon, which, to put it simply, gives you a higher chance of choosing better tactics in battle, which won't win a war, but is a solid bonus. If you were to prioritize one unit, I would say get this one. Somewhat similar to the previous division, this one has a very different purpose. If you look at the entrenchment modifier and terrain modifiers, it should become very clear that the defense on this unit is very high, allowing it to hold lines, or better yet, lock down choke points or ports. This division should make up a small part of your army as a large nation, but can be very useful. The last division type we will cover are air divisions and/or modern cavalry. There are two types to look at, and although you may not want to prioritize producing helicopters, if you have the military-industrial complex for it, the results are absolutely worthwhile. These divisions hit as hard as a tank division or an IFV division while having around double the speed. You can move across the map quickly and push almost anything. I considered leaving these out of the tutorial as they are a little overpowered, frankly, but I will leave it up to your own discretion as to whether or not to use them. This is a lighter version of this division type, which lacks any sort of armor. As such, a tank or IFV division will pierce them easily and push them back. Any infantry division will simply melt before you unless it has insane bonuses, so it is well worth the cost. If the light cavalry division isn't enough for you, if you're thinking, Hammurabae, that's all good and fine, but what if I want to rain hellfire on my enemies and crush them with the power of the gods? Well, you warmongering bastard, I have the answer. Allow me to introduce the heavily cavalry division. These things are made to break anything they come into contact with. If you push with them, you may suddenly start to hear the Ride of the Valkyries play in the distance as your enemies melt before your eyes. Dramatic bullshit aside, they're broken. Use them wisely. I think most people understand that air is king in Hearts of Iron. Before you start to rant at me about your tank template with AA and how when combined with an obscure mechanic can push anything, let me say it again. Air is king, period. Whether it's the 25% stat boost you get with air superiority, or the ungodly power of cast breaking every last bit of orc, or even naval bombers ruining any fleet in the game, it is king. As such, when making decisions and planning your wars, make sure to always prioritize the production of air. It's much easier to have more air than you need than to have less, and always be trying to catch up to the enemy in terms of air trades. Air superiority fighters are the name of the game in Millennium Dawn, so always make sure you are producing enough to beat your enemy. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope I've been able to give you the templates and tools you need to enjoy this mod without having to worry about the AI destroying you. If you have better units or have any problems with mine, let me know in the comments. And of course, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Catch y'all soon.